Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show for the last NBA recap for the night of these for these last of two games. And my Warriors, they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 1. Pretty excited about this win, man. Take Game 1 on the road. Steph Curry gets injured early. He even was hurt and still went down and made a bucket. But he went out with I think it was a left hamstring strain, if I'm not mistaken. So, hell of a battle out there, man. Defensively, last game they only got 89 points, and tonight 88 points. Like, this is a team that defends. This isn't a team like the Lakers that doesn't defend. This team defends, even if they sometimes struggle offensively, which some points with Steph Curry, they struggled. Inevitably, it was going to happen in the fourth quarter. But they were able to survive. Even when Steph Curry went out, I still thought they were fine offensively until the fourth quarter. Buddy Hield was making shots. But I know it's Game 1 for the Wolves, but it's still a disappointing game. Like, I know the series isn't over. It's Game 1. But it was still a disappointing game, though, for sure. But they just did not come out ready tonight, I thought. They started like 0 for 15 or 16 from 3, 0 15 in the first half. They scored 31 points. Like I said, I don't think they're going to shoot worse than... I don't think they're going to shoot that bad again. But the thing is, even without Steph, I think we can still crush them with movement offensively. Like, the defense is going to get crushed by movement, Steph or not. Like, it's too tiring for teams, though. Too much lack of off-ball awareness. And it can also lead to lazy rebounding. After you chase your guy, there's, lazy rebounding, and we can get a lot of offensive rebounds, which they did tonight. They got like 16 or 17. So, I think another difference was kind of the coaching. Finch stuck to an 8-man rotation. Offense beat them. Meanwhile, Steve Curry used 13 players tonight, including a dude who played college lacrosse, Pat Spencer. He looked pretty solid out there tonight in the minutes he played. The offense was really damn good in the third quarter. Scored 36 points, and that was without Steph. Draymond stepped up big tonight. I believe he had 4 3-pointers in the first half. Buddy Hield went off in the second half. GP's defense wasn't great, but he had 8, 4, and 5. He showed effort. Kuminga had 7 points. So there were some frustrating moments, which you're going to have with him, but he had 7 points. Pat Spencer played, I think, 10, 11 minutes. He had 4 points and 2 boards, and some pretty good effort out there. So I thought he played some solid minutes. We overcome the 18 turnovers and 39% shooting with 18 triples and really, really special defense. And Buddy Hield just shot the lights out of these last 2 games. First half, he didn't do much, but second half, I don't know how many points he had in the second half. He ended up with 24 points and 8 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 7 of 19, but I think most of that come in the second half. Like, this is like the 2016 version. Like, did he level up his confidence? Because it's hard to say, because he started the game 0 for 8. And it didn't surprise me at all, nor was I even overly frustrated by it. So it seems faced or whatever, but stick with it and go 7 of 11 in the second half? That's tough, man. That's just confidence. That's just confidence right there. Buddy Hield 7 of 11 in the second half. The lights have been bright, and he stepped up to the plate in these last 2 games. Do I still think we can win this series without Curry? I don't know. That's to be determined. I'm just gonna wait till Game 2. I'm not gonna say anything, but I don't think he's gonna play Game 2 because it's a 1-day turnaround. So I doubt he's gonna play. And I don't know, but they weren't really close to a win. Like it was a horrendous play. That first half totally created this game. It's kind of unacceptable how pathetically bad the Wolves were in the first half. Not a great Not a great look dropping. That was an easily winnable game one at home because I thought they could win. You know, Draymond has 5 fouls. Jimmy was kind of afraid to shoot. I wouldn't say afraid to shoot. He's just being passive Jimmy like he does sometimes, which I'm used to. Draymond's got 5 fouls, and Steph left before halftime, and they never even looked close to a win. Like, they cut it to a 9-point game, and I was getting a little bit frustrated. But then we got back up to 14, I calmed down. But they just... Even the Lakers game, they didn't shoot well from 3 tonight. They really didn't either. And they were getting some offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. But we actually out-rebounded them 60-49 and 18-12 on the offensive boards, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. We actually out-rebounded them 18-12 on the offensive boards and 60-49 on the total. When we overcome the 18 turnovers, we were actually shooting pretty well until the fourth quarter. But you knew inevitably, like, Steph Curry's the best player on this team, and if Jimmy's being passive, the offense is going to go cold at some point. And it just didn't feel like Timberwolves tonight, man. Anthony Edwards just really struggled early. He was like 0 for 10. He went off in the second half. Like, he was getting to the basket. We let him get to the basket. But, yeah, still, I thought we done a really good job in the first half to, you know, slow him down. And, there actually is an update on, Curry as I'm recording. So, they're calling it a hamstring strain, MRI for further updates. It says day to day, and Curry was crushed about this injury, and we all were, because he was about to get freaking game off, dude. He had 13 points, getting way more space than he was in the Rockets series. He was gonna have a freaking hell of a game tonight, but this will motivate him next time he plays. Do I think he's gonna play game 2? Who knows? We'll just have to find out with the MRI. But he was playing good, man. 13 points. He was freaking cooking out there. But we'll just have to see what happens tomorrow. But now I've got that out of the way, let's talk about this game. You're just going to have to pray the Steph injury isn't serious. The team bought themselves some time with a win here on the road. They could have folded early, but they locked in. It's one of my favorite wins of the year because they locked in. The team locked in. Buddy Hield, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler wasn't really... I feel like he really wasn't trying out there tonight. I mean, he's probably maybe still hurt. But even then, he wasn't trying. He still had 20 and 10. And the thing is, he only turned it over once and he had 8 assists. And he actually defends, so... And I don't even think he's close to 100%, really. But also, these last 2 games are the best 2 games of Buddy Hield's NBA career. Just a gutsy win, a special defensive effort. This team's one of the best defensive teams left in the playoffs, in my opinion, because the whole team defends. Even Steph out there defends, and you have Draymond and Jimmy. Like, the whole team is good defensively. Jimmy needs to be more aggressive, though, and they ain't gonna shoot that bad again, so those are some things I want to see next game, but this team actually defends unlike the Lakers. And the Warriors are like 12-3 without Steph in all time in the playoffs, so they can win without him. But it's tougher with this roster. But they showed tonight, you know, they can lock in. And I've gave some shout outs to some people. More shout out to Von Looney, dude. He played an A+ game tonight. He had 2. I don't care about the points, but he had 6 rebounds, a +9, 1 for 2. Great game from Kevon Looney off the bench. Gave some extra possessions. Also had 2 steals. And Kevon Looney's making a difference, dude. He can make a difference out there on the offensive boards, the defensive boards. I thought his defense was good tonight. You know, that's why I want him to play, man. I don't know. Even early in the Houston series, he didn't look great, but he did in that game 7 in the start of this game. His rebounds and his defense can be good when he plays. Like, sure, he's a 0 on offense, but you need rebounding. And Pods, his offensive bag is so questionable at times that he cannot create separation. At least with Jordan Poole, he could create separation. But yeah, he had what? 3 points, 8 boards, whatever. Draymond, 18 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds. A good Draymond game, 6 for 13. Another game where he scored a lot of points, and he hit 4 threes in the first half. So, hell of a game from Draymond, man. Major shout-out provided in that second quarter. And then we didn't score a bucket for 5 minutes, but a huge 5-0 run to really quiet it down. Anybody else? Jimmy, 20 points, 8 assists, 11 rebounds. Like, he didn't shoot well tonight. Some of those were, like, near the end of the shot clock shots. It's harder to play without Steph Curry. His lack of aggression, we just need him to be more aggressive, but I'm sure he will be. But even then, 28 and 11, still pretty good. For a really not good, great game. Kuminga had 7 points off the bench. At least he made the 3, and he actually had some good minutes tonight. Like, sure, maybe he had a few frustrating moments. But he actually had a solid game. And forced the jump ball and getting the dunk and then hitting that 3. So at least some good moments there in this game from him. GP2, 8 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 for 4. Pat Spencer, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Quentin Post played 6 minutes, had 1 rebound, and Moody played 9 minutes and didn't make a damn shot. So Warriors quarter by quarter, 18 in the first, 26 in the second. Outscored Minnesota 26-11. 36 in the third, and then 19 in the fourth. For the Wolves, 23 points, 14 rebounds for Edwards. 9 for 22, but he really struggled in the first half. He got going in the second half, but he just didn't really set the tone, and they just didn't really have much energy. McDaniels, 12 points. Randall, 18 points, 6 assists. Rudy Gobert, 9 points, 11 rebounds, 4 for 7. I think most of that's probably in the second half. Mike Conley, 0 points, 5 assists. Naz Reid, the only dude that really did anything second half, 8 for 14. The only guy besides Ant, he had 19 points. Divinchenko, 7 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, but he's a freaking clank out there tonight. 3 for 11. The last 3 games he shot like shit. Nickeil Alexander-Walker played 14 minutes, did not record a stat. 0 points, 0 assists, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, and 0 for 3 from the field. So yeah, he was a complete no-show for them. But yeah, good 1-0 lead. Timberwolves, quarter by quarter. 20 points in the first, 11 in the second, 29 in the third, and 28 in the fourth. They tried to make it, I guess, a bit interesting in the fourth, but the Warriors pulled back away. Mostly because they hit 18 threes compared to the T-Wolves 5, and out-rebounded them. Or no, it was 51-41, I think. Not 60-49. Well, at least that's what Google says, I don't know. Shooting splits, 39, 42, and 86 for the Warriors. Didn't shoot good from the field. Most of that was mostly probably in the fourth quarter. 51 boards, 18 offensive, 33 defensive, 26 assists, 2 blocks, 10 steals, 12 turnovers. That's 12 turnovers, 20 in the paint, 18 fouls. This is Google stats, so take it with a grain of salt, man. 39 from the field for the Wolves, 5 of 29, 17% from 3. They've shot like shit the last 2 games. 41 total boards, 12 offensive, 29 defensive, 19 assists, 6 blocks, 7 steals, 16 turnovers, 52 in the paint, and 21 fouls. Look, if it's Google, that's just the stats I'm going off of. But yeah, they rebounded very well. I thought their defense... Oh, Warriors win without Curry. I'm sure Lakers fans will say that. Oh, is he even important to the team? Yes, he is. This is just one game. He had 13 points in the in the middle of the second quarter before he went out with an injury. So we'll see how it goes for a full game, but they locked in, looked very good tonight. So game 2, Warriors 1-0 lead. I believe game 2 is on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Game 2 on Thursday at 8:30. We'll see what goes with Steph Curry, but yeah, leave a like, subscribe for more. Till next time, out. Peace.